My name is Rachel Pausch, and this is my summer as a JISAO intern.
My summer was spent in the beautiful San Juan Islands. The surrounding waters, known as the Salish Sea, are home to the southern resident killer whales. These whales are an endangered population that struggle to survive each year. An ongoing University of Washington project is working now to determine what the biggest challenge facing these whales is: a lack of food, increased vessel traffic, or exposure to toxins in the water. This is Moja, or as others lovingly refer to it, the poop boat. Moja's crew finds and collects orca scat, so it can be analyzed for hormones, toxins, and DNA. Jessica Landine is the graduate student currently leading the project. She is responsible for analyzing what toxins are present in the scat. This is Giles, our driver, who gets us to the sample. She orients the boat into the wind and works with Liz, a handler for conservation canines, a program of the UW Center for Conservation Biology. CK9 uses dogs to track down the scat of endangered species all over the world. One of those conservation canines is the star of our show, Tucker. He stands on the bow and smells out the scat, verbally cueing on a sample when we get close. So how does one find orca scat? Giles and Liz look at the current of the water, the orientation of the whales, and the wind direction. The wind disperses the scent of the sample into a scent cone, and it's Giles' job to position the boat within the scent cone until Tucker can locate the source of the smell. We use 3 setups to search for the samples. This move, known as a sneak, involves moving in front of the sample and allowing the wind to carry the scent towards the boat. From there, Tucker can narrow down the scent cone, and we can visually look for the sample. Once the sample is spotted, it is scooped out of the water using plastic beakers on long poles. The scoops are handed back to me in the bait well, where I take the scoop and combine all the sample pieces into a funnel and test tube. Oftentimes, we won't get more than 10 milliliters of sample. It is possible for much of the scat to sink before we can reach it. Once we do get to a sample, though, we take a swab for DNA analysis. The rest of the scat is for analysis for hormones like glucocorticoid, which increases with nutritional and psychological stress. Thyroid hormone is also tested for. It decreases with increasing nutritional stress. Using levels of these hormones, the team can infer if overall stress is coming from nutritional stress, such as lack of Chinook salmon, or psychological stress, perhaps from increased vessel traffic. The scat can also be analyzed for persistent organic pollutants, which are detrimental to all life in the ocean. Woo! When we successfully collect a sample, Tucker is rewarded with his ball. It's his favorite part of the whole process. So now for the most common question, what does whale poop smell like?
Whale poop smells about like fermented fish.
It smells like smoked salmon that's gone bad. That's what it smells like to me.
It can make you want to gag because it's so strong, but I don't think it's a gross smell.
And it's definitely not the worst one I've had to put my nose into.
It smells like fish, for sure.
One day a week I volunteered with Samwatch. Samwatch is a boater education and stewardship program of the Whale Museum. Each day they are on the water, taking data on the number of vessels surrounding the whales, and handing out information to private vessels on how to boat responsibly around the southern residents. They are the sole source for this type of data, and their annual reports give great insight to the number of vessels the whales are exposed to each year.